The real sound of H-Town 97.9 The Box. Keisha Nicole, special guest on the show. H-Town's own. I'm excited about this.
Come on, get excited
then. Dope, man. Tobe. What is up?
Man, I feel phenomenal. Southwest 80 Texas in the building. You know what I'm saying? And Grand Rapids in the building. What's up, Fat?
Don't do me like that. Don't do me.
And Fat in the building.
Man, I have to ask you really quick because I don't know how to say your last name. I can never say it. Can you please say it for me?
Oh, for all the true Nigerian Igbo people, it's Nwigwe. And for all the Americans, you know what I'm saying, like yourself, it's Nwigwe.
Nwigwe.
No doubt. No doubt.
Okay. And also, we got Fat in here, Nell, your producer.
No doubt.
Man, this is dope.
Yep.
This is dope. So I want to talk about first how I got introduced to who you were as an artist.
Okay.
Dope art show that you guys put on was amazing. I was new to the city, and I was like looking for something for me to do besides going to the club and all the other stuff everybody else does.
Yep.
I mean, I go to the club, but I went. But you know what I'm saying? I'll be in a space sometimes where I just need some creativeness,
For sure.
No doubt.
you know? And so I went to the dope art show. Somebody invited me out, and it was dope.
No doubt.
But what happened was your set kept messing up. I don't remember what happened,
Oh,
but
come on. Talk about it. Talk about
your
it.
set was
when it
messed up.
sounded
And every single time you kept coming back, like, okay, let me do it. And then it would mess up again. But you definitely did your performance like without, I mean, was it a cappella at one point too?
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. The show must go on, they say.
And people didn't leave. They were just waiting on, like, let me wait on Tobe to do that performance.
No, I didn't forget about it now. I definitely didn't forget about it.
I didn't either.
So what happened was they plugged the power in to the building instead of the generator that we rented for all them thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Needless to say, the show still went on, and the people at the Dope Art Show is all like family. So it's a real beautiful vibe with the Dope Art Show, and I put on the event for multiple artists within the city, not just rap artists or singers or poets, it's dancers, the painters, the whole 9 yards. So it was beautiful.
It was a beautiful situation, but let me tell you what stuck out though, right?
Come on, talk to me.
Your love for your then fiance.
Come on, Fat. You know what I'm saying?
When you were on the mic,
we wasn't married yet. That was before the show.
That
was right before.
Yeah.
Is what stuck out to me, and then I went to go find you on Instagram, and then I was watching Get Twisted Sundays. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this couple is just amazing. It's so beautiful. But that's what really drew me into who you were as an artist. Do you feel like that's been a big part of just everything that's been going on with you?
Oh no, huge. Huge. It's a huge part of my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's a huge part of what makes me who I am. It's you know what I'm saying? What's up, Fat? I'm just saying, like, it's monumental. Like, my life, the trajectory of my life changed when we got, like, under covenant. Not, like, just, like, this my girl. Like, this my wife.
He who finds a wife.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, somebody up in here.
What's
Don't
up?
start.
You know what I'm saying?
Reach over here today, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, spot.
But it wasn't always easy, right?
Definitely.
Because I want to talk about that part of the journey.
Yep. Go ahead, Fat. It wasn't always easy.
Oh, what uneasy part you want me to talk about?
What
which
part
to speak on?
You know what I'm
Before,
saying?
after, during, like, what you
I'm saying we transparent.
Yeah, I gotta
a little
be
bit
transparent in here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's the process. Like, before we got married, like, he had to come to himself, like, understanding that he wanted me. Because he was trying to act like he didn't want me.
Did you want her at that point?
No, when we first met, I promise you, our whole encounter is completely different from what people think.
For sure.
Platonic?
Like,
completely different.
Oh, no, not platonic. I did not want her.
No.
Don't get it twisted.
You know, like when boy meets girl, like the boy is like, oh my God, she's the one.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. No, those roles were reversed.
And she was like,
I met him and I was like, that's my husband.
And I met her and I was like, no.
Nah.
Like, don't do that. She used to do me like the little googly eye stuff, and I used to be like, hey, stop doing that. Like,
I was straight like that.
No, I used to be
Completely
like
honest.
extremely honest with it because she used to try to help out. You know what I'm saying? She used to try to, you know what I'm saying? Like finesse.
I put myself in his environment.
Look at how she do it.
You know what I'm saying?
She used to try to finesse and like help out with my nonprofit. Like, hey, if y'all need, you know what I'm saying? If you need any help, you need any help with anything, I could do this, I could do that. It don't matter, whatever you need, whatever the organization need. I was like, all right, bet.
But it was you truly, genuinely wanting to help, not like, let me help him so I can get him.
Oh,
to
no,
really
for sure.
Me. Yeah.
For sure. Like, once he, like, made it clear that he wasn't interested in a relationship with me, I was like, all right. So I had this feeling for some reason. So maybe it's just to be his friend and help him with what he's doing. And so I just put myself in his environment. And eventually, like, over time, like, stuff started happening between us and them.
It's just real difficult to, you know what I'm saying, deny somebody who, like, You know what I'm saying? Love you, flaws and all. It's just, it was just too much. When it's like the best friend you could ever imagine. It's like what the like kids be doing with the imaginary friend. It was like that times 10. It was like crazy. So she was like always there for when I ain't had no money, when I ain't had no ride, if I ain't had no, you know what I'm saying?
No nothing.
No, you know what I'm saying?
What was the turning point though?
I think at first, because we got together and we broke up after 6 months because I was just like, nah, I just don't feel it like you do. You know what I'm saying? It was a very honest situation. But the first time it was, I truly loved the way that she loved me. So I was like, let me just see if I can like start to like grow into feeling about her the way that she feels about me. And fellas, that's an extremely stupid way to do things.
Don't do that.
If you don't feel it off the top, then don't do it. Yep. So I tried to like grow into it and it ain't work. So I shut it down. And then later on, you know what I'm saying, I came back around.
Feeling came on strong, huh?
Oh, man. It was a very sure thing.
Yeah. Because what happened was we had that separation, and I started living my life, and I started doing what I needed to do. Not
but
worried
when you say you're living my life, it kind of
make
you sound like a hoe, though.
First of all, you didn't even let me finish.
Well, I'm saying, but when people say living my life, that means I'm loose. That's what
so
that means.
So what I meant by that, because you right, you could take that wrong. So what I meant by that was, I started like doing for myself, like I got a better job, I got my whip, I started like progressing in life for myself and not for anyone else. And we had that separation to figure out what it was, what it was he actually wanted. Like, and so he ended up coming back around once he saw me shining.
Okay.
And
back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot.
Exactly.
And that's what it was.
You know what I'm saying? For lack of better terms. That's good, fam.
Those are the better terms.
But obviously she couldn't be who she needed to be for you if she didn't have herself together.
No doubt.
That's what really happened.
And when we broke up, I promise you, the first what I told her was like, hey, look, I want to be with you first and foremost because I'm not in love with you. And then second of all, you really don't want to be with me because you don't want to be with somebody who don't feel about you the way that you feel about them, to be honest with yourself. So even though you think you want to be with me, I promise you, you really don't. And this situation ain't going to be sweet for the both of us if we just keep going. So let's end it when we first ended it.
And then it came back around and
no doubt. I had to get clear surety on 3 things. I'll say it real quick. The first thing was, what was the first thing? I always felt like Fat was a solid option, but I didn't feel like she was like the one. And I'm not a believer in like the soulmate type.
I was gonna ask, do you believe in like?
No, I really don't. Situation? I really believe in you pick who you want to be with, and then you honor the covenant. Like as under God, I feel like you just pick who you want to be with. You know what I'm saying, and then you honor that person. It's a choice. So
for sure.
So I feel like she was always a solid option. Then we went to an event as like friends with some other people. And it was the very first time. And usually when we go into events, I usually tell Fat, like, I look at her and be like, hey, listen, when we go in here, like, don't be too close. Like, I know
you would say that?
He would say that, but what he don't know is, like, I would go in there looking for somebody, too.
Okay.
So,
you know what I'm saying? That's what she tells herself.
And he don't believe that, but I promise you it's the truth.
Like, I'm not about to stand close to you because I'm trying to come in here and pull, too.
You know, that's what she would try to say. So I was like, I'd be very, very honest because I never wanted to, like, try to, like, mislead her, like, lead her on and make her feel some type of way. So we went into this one event and I gave her you know what I'm saying, the speech that I usually give if we go into places where it's gonna be people. So at this event it was like women at least 5 different women that at one point in time I talked to, I liked or I like wanted to talk to, all at the same time. So we went in there and for the first time ever in my life with all these like different little influences around me, I didn't feel like being bothered with nobody. And I literally said to Fat, hey Fat, hey, don't go too far. Like, I don't, like, it ain't nothing, like, don't do that. But I'm saying, like, just don't go too far because I don't feel like talking to them either. So just stay by. If they think something is cool, but I just don't. And then when I left that event, I had to really ask myself, I was like, dang, with everybody around, was Fat really the person that you wanted to talk to the most? And I had to be honest with myself, and she was. The second thing was, I had a real hard time not being able to say I was in love with Fat. I was like, I always felt like I had a like ride or die type love, like a real like I know who you are, you know who I am type love for. And I talked to my homeboy and he helped me understand that love don't got nothing to do with feelings. And he went biblical on me. So he was like, yeah, when they tried to like trip up Jesus and was like, hey, of all the commandments, which ones or the livest or whatever. You know what I'm saying, for lack of better terms. You know what I'm saying?
The most important.
Most important. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to connect with my people.
Get it right.
You know what I'm saying?
We want to paraphrase correctly.
So which, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Which one's the most important? He said, oh, that's easy. Love God with all your heart and then love your neighbor as yourself. And I said, all right, cool. What they got to do with fat? And he was like, if you could understand that at the basic level, then you understand that love is a command. It don't have nothing. You can't command feelings. Like I can't be like, Keisha, feel sad right now.
Right.
I would sound extremely stupid.
Yeah.
So he was like, if you can honestly say that you love her, then that's more than enough. But the world has made you believe that you got to have this some type of like euphoric feeling on the inside of you for a person, and that stuff come and go. But that ain't what love is. Love is a choice and it's a command. So once I understood, it seemed real simple, but like that literally broke the chains on my mind involving the word. And the third thing was, fat got sickle cell. So in my mind, I'm Nigerian, very prideful type of people. So in my mind, I'm always thinking to myself like, I want to be able to choose someone who I deem healthy to carry my seed. I always think about the future and stuff like that. And then God got on my head real heavy and was like, man, what make you think you know what healthy look like? What make you think you deep like that? Like you can't go get with somebody else and they like die from a stray bullet or what, like life can happen. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just finite. I don't really know too much. I ain't deep like that. So why would you be out here looking for the next best thing if the best thing is here with you? So once I had peace on those three issues, like it was nothing to go to face and say, hey, will you be with me? You know what I'm saying?
So it was just like that, hey, will you be with me?
Yeah, but she was, when I told her that it had been so long, she was like, look, I don't got time for your games, boy. Like she hit me like.
I was like, I don't know. Like seriously, like when he started coming back around, I was like, nah, I'm like kind of done. Like I didn't want to be bothered no more because it was such a like roller coaster like with him. And so around that time, I literally had to get advice from one of my mentors, and she was like, don't be so closed off that you become bitter. Like if he's showing you different, he's telling you different, just look and pay attention. And he was completely different from before. And so I just paid attention and watched, and over time, like I was like, okay, maybe. And so then when he was really like, all right, like I want to be with you, I was like, all right, quit playing.
Like after like a month, and then like once we got together, it took her like a month to be like cool, saying I'm her boyfriend. And then a couple months after that, I flew to Grand Rapids to talk to her family and tell her mama that I wanted to marry her.
Sweet. But you know what's crazy? When I see you guys, this is gonna do something for our culture, because a lot of times, you know, our culture right now, everybody wants to.
For sure.
You gotta have a big booty girl to Instagram model. Like this right here. Like I'm so glad that you guys understand your purpose and who you are, but you guys are gonna do something for the culture. So I appreciate y'all love, like for real.
I appreciate.
I really appreciate y'all love. Tobe on the show right now. So we're gonna take it back before the music started, before Fat. You were playing football in college.
Oh, I didn't know we was going that far back.
We doing everything. We scratch the surface and everything. So you were playing football.
Yes, indeed.
You got injured, to my understanding, and it was just like, okay, what's next?
Oh, no doubt. It was like one of the hardest things in my life. So I had a Liz Frank tear in college. My senior year, I was top 5 in the nation at middle linebacker in all of Division I football. That's not like just, that's not small school. It's all the school. Alabama, Oregon, everybody. So I was top 5 in the nation. So I suffered the tear, and like a lot of people that play sports, when the sport is like nearing its end, I started having like I don't know, crisis. Like identity, like my identity had been so tied to the sport for so long.
That's all you've known since you were, and that happens so much to football players. Like that's all they know, and then when it's taken away, it's like you go through depression because you don't know who you are, because football is who you are.
That is a very serious thing, you know. Like
nobody talks about it, but so many of my friends suffer from that. They all went through depression.
Bruh, I'm like, it's so serious.
And they don't teach you in school how to bounce back from being a superstar football player to let me go live a regular life, and nobody knows who I am. My everyday routine changes, you know.
And not just regular life. Let me explore what other talents I have.
Like, it's
literally just a sport, and at some point in time, the sport gonna end for everybody. So you need to really I had literally never been able to see what other type of talents I had, or like what other type of things I was passionate about, because I had literally given myself fully to the sport. So when that happened, I call it like the best worst injury in my life. But once I got hurt, God gave me a vision to start a nonprofit organization I ain't had no interest in. Or look, Uncle Larry, what's going down, baby? My man.
Uncle Larry.
When I did my first, listen to this. When I did my first fundraiser, Uncle Larry came out there and hosted.
Oh wow!
Back in what year was that, Jeff? 2012. He came out and hosted our first fundraising event. But I got the vision to start a nonprofit called Guinea Boompagi, which is the Igbo translation for "What's Your Purpose?" But since people can't say Guinea Boompagi, we call ourselves Team Guinea.
I can't see it.
Yes, we good. We good. So our whole focus with the nonprofit is to make purpose popular through edutainment. We specialize in like all different forms of artistic expression with the underlying message of purpose to draw people in. Then we got a curriculum to help people discover, develop, and dwell in their purpose.
So you figure out your purpose.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes God has to force you to do it too. Like he let me
no
you,
doubt.
He force you so you can figure it out because you ain't gonna do it by yourself.
At all. So, and it's the craziest thing. So for me to discover that my purpose was to be a conduit to the realization of purpose in people's lives and whatever vehicle God would have me in, I had to literally disconnect from like the mania of the world and like be by myself for a period of time to where I was just like, I wasn't going out nowhere. I wasn't doing the things that I was doing before. And I had to really come to myself and do like a whole little internal search.
So did you always, like, even when you're playing football, was music ever even on your mind?
Never.
Not at all?
I'm talking about ever. Like, the closest thing to music I would do when I was playing ball was like freestyle in the locker room before the game. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to come real. About to hit these boys from the squad and they agree. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. It wasn't nothing serious, though, ever. You know what I'm saying? So, but I always loved music, though. I always loved, like, I'm very eclectic when it comes to music, but I never thought about doing music ever.
So then when did you start picking up a pen or?
When I got with Eric Thomas and CJ. So they saw me freestyling with my family during Thanksgiving, like maybe 4 years ago. And he was like, yo, you should do music for the company. I was like, you should come like join up with us and do music. I was like, bro, I don't do no music. I run a nonprofit. He was like, nah, you got talent though. I was like, what that mean? He was like, nah, you got like integrity, character, you got the talent, you could do it. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. And shoot, right now I'm broke. So let's do it. He was like, all right, cool. Just find a studio to start making some music. But I started, and I literally ain't have no foreknowledge of the music industry, music, how to make it, where to record it, how to do videos, none of that stuff. And as I started going, I just started using like all of the skills that I learned really from football and just life and growing up Nigerian, I'm telling you, like persistence, discipline, consistency, all that type of stuff. I just started paying attention to like, all right, what was making this person? What was making this? Like, how was they doing that? How was they marketing this? I had to learn social media and the whole 9 yards. So I literally had to fix the plane while it was flying. And shoot, we started. Fat had the idea to start Get Twisted Sundays when the So Gone challenge started, and
which did extremely well.
Well, then.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? At that time, we was like, oh my God, we got like 2,000 views. Can you believe that?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then from there, CJ, the co-owner of the company that I work with, he was like, yeah, just do that every Sunday and be consistent. And so I did. I just paid attention. I just listened, and it started with me recording myself on my phone every Sunday. And then somebody hit me up and was like, yo, I got a video. I got a camera if you want me to record a video.
That's important because, you know, a lot of people think it has to be perfect
no
in
doubt.
order for it to go up and people pay attention.
Nope.
No, like just do you.
Just start.
And people going to feel you and be like, hey, I want to help. I want to contribute to what you're doing.
No doubt.
So that's so important. People forget that.
Yeah.
And then I want to know, because you guys are very visual, very creative, from the costumes down to the dances. I mean, you said I didn't have any money at the time, and fast forward to now, how are you even getting proper of that? Or is it people saying, hey, I just want to be part of something and help you build, so let me be able to help you with these videos that are dropping?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people get out their car and help you push your car if they see you pushing your car. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, like, a lot of good people have seen us, like, moving and was like, yo, I want to be a part of the movement. And so many people be like, man, how you afford all this? And like, bruh, a lot of people don't really get, like, most of the people that I move with, they wholeheartedly believe in my vision. And the problem with a lot of people is you want people to help you and don't nobody believe in what you're doing but you. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. So with me, we roll with people who are like friends and like family. So like a lot of the relationship, like a lot of people hit me up like, man, bro, I want to do this. And I'm like, bro, I don't know you. I don't really know you like that. And the people that have hit us up and that we do stuff, we know them. Like they married, they got family, they didn't came over, we eat together and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. So it's just different. The way I move is different, and like I know how like the industry got a like little standard to the way that they operate and stuff like that, and we just move.
We don't care.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, we don't care.
We just don't care.
So I want to get to how did you and Nell get introduced to each other for her to start producing? Like, how did that whole situation start?
Oh, I love to start this conversation off. You know, I raised her husband. I raised her husband. I raised her husband. He can't be here to really confirm exactly what I'm saying, but I raised
sorry,
Corey.
Sweetie.
You know what I'm saying? No, he ain't. Don't worry. Don't be sorry. He happy about it. So me and her husband played football together in high school. He went to TCU. Nell was 2 years under me in high school. And then when she had graduated, it was around the same time that I had started. Was it a year after you graduated?
I was on my first year of teaching. Like I met you coming out of the Alief administration building, like doing something nonprofit, and I was going in to check
I was
on
like,
my
Nell, what's
subs.
up? No, but you was like, it's like, yeah, bro, I'm finna start substituting.
I was teaching. I'm about to start teaching.
Oh yeah. That's what you said. I'm about to start teaching, but at that time you were substituting.
Yeah.
Okay,
for sure.
cool.
For sure.
And she was teaching and then learning how to do beats on the side.
Yeah.
That's what she was doing.
Learning how to do beats.
Yeah,
on the side.
myself.
Yep. And paid for the class to go to school.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, you paid $1,000.
I was serious.
Bro, you couldn't just. I was really on some you couldn't just learn that on YouTube.
That's what everybody said.
She done paid thousands of dollars to get a whole little degree in what's it called?
Audio engineering.
You know what I'm saying?
It's real.
Congratulations, Black Queen. You know what I'm saying? So she was doing that, and at the same time, I had just started rapping, so I was like, hey, come on, I need to work with somebody who can let's develop a sound. And Nell had just started, and I thought she was really good at sampling at the time, but I was like, yo, we ain't got no bread to pay for samples, so we gonna have to figure out something else. So we started developing a sound and becoming family and just spending time and it was real easy.
And I bet that now that chemistry is very organic.
I'm talking about
it's
family.
hey, I got this beat. It's just organic.
It's family. So when people say family, people usually think of oh my God, hey, this is my brother, this is my sister. But a lot of times family means cold hard truth.
Yep.
It means cold hard truth. So everything that we do isn't hunky dory. It's Nell, because I'm your family, I should be able to say that's not hot. Let's go back again. And my feelings shouldn't be hurt about it.
Yeah.
And so I would say our process is more like that versus everything that I do and create is amazing and he loves it. No, not at all. And when we first start, working together, it wasn't even about anything music wise. I was teaching, and I knew the kids in our community needed something.
Yeah.
He had it. I was volunteering.
No doubt.
That was it.
Yep.
That was it. Every once in a while, I'll toss him something and he'd be like, it's cool, but no. All right, cool. And I just kept working, kept working. We did a couple things together, and then we really start, like he said, developing a sound.
This relationship reminds me of, I spent a lot of time early on in my career with Kendrick and his producer Soundwave, and it was the same, and he still uses Soundwave on a lot of his stuff.
So crazy.
That reminds me of that,
Yeah.
man. Y'all tight. I'm just so excited to hear y'all.
Y'all tight. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So I want to take it to did you expect Tobe from the SWAT to do so well?
Nah. Well, I ain't gonna, in my community, yeah. I'm all right, anybody who from the SWAT, all right, y'all should be going ham.
Okay,
but
can you explain to everybody the SWAT?
Oh, Southwest Alief, Texas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Southwest Alief, Texas, we ain't born no place.
West up.
West up, you know what I'm saying? West up, never down, so move around. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like people that come from where I come from, they gonna be geek because this is us and I'm representing us. But I ain't never think people in Australia, the UK, Nigeria, Japan, the Middle East. I never thought it would catch a wave like that to where people would be like, I want to be from the SWAT team. I
didn't understand really that lifestyle. It's but I want to be from there.
Yeah, so I never saw it doing that type of stuff. And that's real tight.
I read comments a lot, so I was going through your comments and just seeing people when you coming here, when you gonna come out here, when you gonna come out there, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the whole Erykah Badu situation and
Come on,
how
Auntie.
that came
Auntie
about
Erykah.
because the cosign from Erykah, that's big right there. How did that come about?
So there's so I'm gonna go all the way back. All right, so when we got hit up to do the BET Awards by Connie Orlando, we went out there and we were preparing for the show. Then a comedian that's from Alief, who was on tour with Dave Chappelle. His name is Mo Amir. My man Mo Amir put Dave Chappelle on tour yo, this dude from Alief, he from where I'm from, you should check him out. And Dave was like, oh man, he cold. And Dave was really rocking with it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the night before we performed at BET, Willie D from the Ghetto Boys.
Yep.
And Willie D be tripping on social media. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so that's my man. He hit me up on Instagram and was like, "Yo, send me your number. I want to FaceTime you quick. Somebody want to meet you." And then Willie D, I gave him my number and he FaceTimed me. He's like, "Somebody want to meet you," and gave the phone to Dave Chappelle.
Damn.
That's how crazy it was.
What was your first reaction?
Fat, get out the restroom. It's time. Come now.
Seriously.
Somebody's like, she using. I said, I don't care.
Like,
Nell. Nell told me she in the shower. I said, I don't care what she doing.
Exactly.
The funniest man in the world won't say something to us. Remove yourself from that bathroom.
That was crazy.
So it was just the wildest thing. And so what happened was Dave sent videos and stuff to Erykah and was like, "Yo, you gotta check this dude out. He in Texas. You know, people that ain't from Houston.
Right.
He in
They think it's
Texas.
all the same
All of a
thing.
sudden, he in Texas. He right by you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He don't know that she 4 hours away.
Right.
So she got it and was like, just sent us a message, said, love it, all of it. And I was just like, we was in the studio.
I can't remember what we was making. Probably,
you know what I'm saying? We say the studio, but you know what I'm saying?
We was at the crib.
Exactly. We was in their closet. You know what I'm saying? So she sent us a message and we were like, I lost it. It was the most, it was so beautiful and I couldn't believe it. So right when that happened, I was like, yo, Nell, we got to commemorate this moment right now. I said, we need a beat to go something like, but whatever. And what came up with the hook all
No. He said we need a beat that sound like Erykah Badu. And I
that's
tried
what
my
I
hand
said.
at that for 10 times.
Oh yeah, it was all.
And he said no. And I'm like,
No.
okay, Tobe, just come to the house and tell me what you want. We sat down for probably about 5 hours or so and made the track. Like I said, most of the time he has to come and be present. So
That's right. I did try to simplify.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. So
she did try a lot.
Any producer out there trying to figure out like how do I get on, you need to work hand in hand with the artist you believe in. Like that's the most important part of the process. Y'all creating something together because that's what we do.
Yeah. That's right. So she made the beat and then we made the song and then in a week and then shot the video
within that same week.
Made the song on Monday.
Wow.
Finished the song on recorded the song on Tuesday.
Like a Tuesday.
Recorded the song on Tuesday.
Shot David come out.
Yeah, shot the video on Thursday. And then had presented it to the world on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yeah. The grind.
And everybody has just been making noise about it.
Oh man. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, that's tight, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did the moment, but it's been beautiful.
If you could look back 3 years from now, did you think like it would be moving like this the way it's been moving?
Not this fast. I really was gonna dedicate 10 years to it, and then if it ain't blow up like I thought it was, then I was gonna be like, all right, cool. It's time to. You know what I'm saying? Try my. For real. I had in my mind, I'm gonna do this every week for 10 years, and then in 10 years, if it don't pan out the way I thought it would, and I don't got all the accolades, and then like reach the people that I want to reach, then all right, I gave it my best shot. I did something every single week for 10 years.
But what does that look like? You say like, you know, in 10 years, like what's the goal though? Like the main goal?
Really to make purpose popular and whatever that look like. Yeah, the accolades and stuff is gonna be cool, but I want to be global. I'm not trying to be no, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect and no local joke. I feel like we got a message for the masses, and it ain't just like
Bob White the Fondra.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's out west. All right, you know what I'm saying? I just think like we got a message that's gonna go global, and it's like it's gonna touch people and like pivot the perspective of people, like how they view like purpose and like living their lives, and like I just feel like it's gonna help a lot of people.
A lot of people don't understand the whole purpose thing. Like they go through life every single day, like with literally no purpose. But it's so draining when you live a life like that. People don't understand it's so draining. It's not fulfilling.
Zero.
And so I always respect people that understand purpose and know what their purpose is. So I commend you all. You want to say something?
I just want to say the reason why it's going so fast for you is because you're being obedient. You're being obedient, and you're covering your wife.
Yeah.
And God is blessing you.
Yeah.
Because you're taking care of His daughter.
I received that. I received that. He said it like he just came from heaven. It sounded like he just
because you know it's one of those things. I feel everything you saying. I was separated from my wife for a while. You know, went through that whole thing. But I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
Like if you got children, any dude out there, if you got children, you got a little girl and some dude came up to your daughter or some dude married your daughter, say, yo, Mr. Robs, y'all like to borrow $10,000.
Yeah.
So I want to buy your daughter a house. And if he was taking care of my daughter, I give it to him.
Yeah.
If he's not taking care of my daughter, of course I'm not going to give him nothing.
Yeah.
You got God's daughter right there. And because you taking care of her, he gonna look out for you.
See, y'all gonna make me cry this whole interview, okay? I'm so sensitive. Like, I love all of that, okay?
It's a blessing.
That's why I appreciate that.
Oh, and you don't curse in your raps.
Yeah.
Do you curse in real life?
Nah, I don't. You know what I'm saying? No, that's good. That's good. That's real. Because people really think I be doing that. People really be thinking I do that just for like the song. I'm like, bro, I don't cuss in real life like that. I really stopped. And it's only because I really want my message to be received well. Mm-hmm. And I really want my message to be received by everybody, kids included. I want from all of my partners that I grew up with to their kids, to grown people, to people who ain't never heard nothing like, I want it to be received well. And I don't want, you know what I'm saying, a word or two to distract you from the entire message that I got in whatever it is that I'm doing. So I don't really, go ahead.
25% of the comments be like old heads, like people who used to listen to rap and like, I can't stand what they talking about now. But Tobe, I can listen to you. You rap a little fast, but I can listen.
Thank you for the captions, baby. Thank you for the captions.
That's 25% of the comments. So like it works.
Not to mention your mom is like, I can listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, my mom is different. My mom is different.
Oh, okay. Well, listen.
You know what I'm saying? My mom is different. You know what I'm saying? No, she a full believer now when her homegirls be hitting up and saying, I didn't know that your son was being a celebrity.
But was it always like that?
Oh, what?
I mean, Nigerian, they want you to, you know.
Doctor, lawyer, engineer. Oh, yeah. So when I first told her, she was like, oh,
no,
my.
you got to do it in her voice. Go ahead.
Oh, no, dog. I got you. Don't worry. That's what I got. So I told her, I said, Mom, I think I'm going to do music. I'm going to be a rapper. She said, oh, my God. She said, you're telling me that you went to school for 4.5 years to do rapper. Hey, God. And he called my dad down. Honey, come on, see the rapper you've made. I said, Mom, but this is the thing. And then she went further along and just, you know what I'm saying? So how can I be raising such a useless son? Oh, my God. How can you be dreaming with your eyes wide open? So all that type of stuff, and then when she started seeing me on like the cover magazines and on BET and on all this other type of stuff. She's like, "Oh my God, God has blessed you, son. Well, my God has given me a celebrity son." So it's just, you know what I'm saying? Nigerians are just different, and I don't. But this is the thing, right? So I tell everybody with like foreign parents, like, don't knock them. Like, they came over here, like being over here, whatever they had to do to get here, like they celebrate this as, whoo, we don't have to be in, I could have grew up in the village. It'd have been a completely different experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they feel like, if I got you here, do something safe and don't do nothing to make you go back or like ruin this opportunity, because the stuff that's happening here, as terrible as people think it is, I promise you it's way worse in the village when you ain't got no AC. We ain't got no like plumbing system. You got to doo-doo and then cover it up. You know what I'm saying?
Like, wow,
that's real.
You know what I'm saying? Because I saw it. When you don't see it, you like, oh, man, that's great. But when you see, like, your grandma, like squatting in the backyard, then you like, oh, okay, it's way different. And they ain't tripping on it at all. But when you see it, it gives you a whole different perspective. We're going to go in December, don't worry.
Are y'all going?
Yeah, I think we're going to go to Nigeria in December. And I'm going to take Nell, and Nell going to see Nigeria. She going to be like, you know what I'm saying, surprise. Don't be trying to do nothing American now.
I'm American, though.
You know what I'm saying? So what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Who has been like the person you're like blown away, like, this person knows me? Like, for real?
Oh, Erykah Badu. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I didn't know if it was anybody else. Yeah.
Nah, what, Dave Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle.
I feel like them like the staple, if you want to do anything black, them the staple representatives of the black community. Like, I'm like, bro, it's Dave Chappelle.
I mean, he do like block parties. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
Dave
crazy.
Chappelle.
I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, right. Like, I got the DVD and everything.
Right.
Dave
no,
Chappelle,
like Nell bought it and everything. Like Nell bought the actual DVD.
I'm good. I ain't gonna lie, mine was MC Light.
I was just about to say that.
So Nell went out. She literally lost her mind at BET when we saw MC Light. She ain't even know how to. And I'm like, but look, this what blew our mind, right? So when we walked past, MC Light had like a couple people around her, but then she had on the shades, so you couldn't really tell.
She stayed with the shades on.
So we couldn't tell who she was. So she was like, when she walked past, she was like, it's y'all. He was like,
who auntie?
Ma'am. He's like, I'm like, who cool dress auntie is this out here trying to say it's y'all? I was like, ma'am, who? And then she took off she like tilted her glasses down and said, it's light. And we lost. I'm like, oh snap! Like, so we gave her, and Nell just went like, I'm talking about. We was like excited, but then Nell said, "I know all your songs," and then started rapping them. Like, we trying to take a picture. Nell like, and they're like, I'm like,
Nell, rap the song.
Yo, man, you gotta understand, like growing up, like wanting to do music.
Yeah.
Like it's MC Light, it's Missy, it's Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Like so, MC Light say she like the music you make, and the music you make is because of her. Man, I'm going crazy.
Yo, look at that.
This one opportunity.
Exactly.
Man, I'm going
so
crazy.
Nell was like,
opportunity.
She went crazy for MC Light, and I could understand. I was like, all right, I get it. You was, you know what I'm saying? You was rapping at one point in time. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but and she like cool as ice though. Like she's
everything that she seemed like she is.
Yeah.
She was like, look, have y'all performed yet? I'm about to come back and see y'all perform. I gotta go do this thing real quick. I'm gonna come back and see y'all. I was like, we ain't gonna never see her again. It's cool.
Did you ever see her again?
No, we ain't see her again.
We had already performed.
We
right?
did.
We
did. We love her. We love her.
Yeah.
Nah,
so
it was
every
cool.
day on my show, I play this game called Conflict Cards, where I pull from the deck of cards, and we all talk about it. My listeners talk about it. They call in. So I want to play Conflict Cards with you guys before we wrap up the interview. I got to.
Oh, come on, let's conflict.
But you got to be 100% authentic, what you guys are. So, I mean, I just want to hear your take on these different. Okay, guys.
All right,
I want to take on this one, though. What's worse, women with daddy issues or men with mommy issues?
Both.
What's worse?
That's tough.
I'm gonna have to go with men with mommy issues.
Yeah.
Man.
The only reason I would say men with daddy issues is
mommy
because
issues.
Men with mommy issues.
So it's women with daddy issues and men with mommy issues.
Mama's boy.
So so say for instance,
sure.
like a girl don't have a dad in her life, and then she becomes like a thought, and then the guy doesn't have his mom growing up in his life. What he becomes, the lack of love he can give to somebody else because you don't know how, he never receives it, all that. So which is worse?
I'm gonna still go with the man just because like he the head of the household. Everything go through him. So like whatever issues he dealing with, it's gonna function through the whole household.
Did you have any experience with it?
No,
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't say extreme
the people.
issues, but I am definitely married to a mama's boy. And it takes some working out in the beginning.
That takes a lot.
It takes some working out in the beginning. You have to understand that they were together like their entire lives. Like like that's the one thing that she has, and you have to give her some time to transition to a different role. And I have to have my time to transition into my new role. And he has to figure out, okay, I can't be calling my mom to for these things anymore. Like I have a wife now.
Absolutely.
It's transitional. It's definitely transitional.
Come on, maturity. I see you now. What's up, Nell? Help the people. I would say, I feel like I have not. Maybe it's just my upbringing. I ain't really dealt with nobody who don't have no daddy issues. Because every female that I've talked to, like since the inception of relationships with me, they all ain't had no daddy. And I feel like that's
It's
bad.
normal.
Well, I feel like that's the society that we didn't grow up, or maybe that I didn't grow up in, because maybe other people might not have that experience. So Fat Pops died when she was about 8 years old. My girlfriend that I had before that, negligent father. That's the only word I could think of. And then everybody before that, like none of that. Like I had in high school, I talked to a chick who her daddy was like a drunk and like wasn't there for her. But they all, I wouldn't say they all was hoes.
No,
I think
it's issues, not necessarily hoetry, just issues.
It was bad. You know what I don't want to throw nobody under the bus. It was bad.
I think that they're equally as bad, and here's why: because when you're single, you have issues throughout life, and you're working through them and everything. But most of the time, when people get married, they don't deal with their issues, And so when you get into a marriage, whether you're a mama's boy or a daddy's girl or the opposite, if you didn't have the daddy, you didn't have the mom in your life or whatever, you have those issues and they're both going to like explode in the marriage. No matter how hard you try to suppress them, they're going to show themselves. And then that's when it's traumatic for the whole marriage. Like, so when you have those issues, if you have those issues, deal with them while you're single and don't try to get into a relationship with those issues because it's only going to like explode.
Magnify, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so the show this Sunday. Let's talk about the show this Sunday.
All right, the show this Sunday is our first solo show in the city of Houston. It ain't the type of show that we've done before where we put on for other artists. This is like for those people who truly want to come out and support, you know what I'm saying, the kid, Tobe from the SWAT. You know what I'm saying? Fat and Nell, the originals. Like, we going all the way in. We got a whole full set, lights, production, the whole 9 yards specifically for the city. We got people coming in from all over the place. We excited.
Where's it at? Where can I get the tickets?
White Oak Music Hall. Okay. You can get tickets at TobeFromTheSWAT.com or... Okay, that's it. All right, TobeFromTheSWAT.com. Go to my Instagram page, click the link in the bio, or just type that in.
And what's your Instagram page?
Tobe Nwigwe. I don't have no aliases. I couldn't think of no cool rap names. So my name is Tobe, TobeNwigwe, Nwigwe or Wigwe. So you can find, or you could go to, no, y'all don't got it in y'all links, huh?
Yeah, I do. Produced by Nell.
Okay, what's up, Nell? All right, you can follow Linnell Grant at...
Produced by Nell. They can find it that way.
No, what's your...
LANELLGRANT.
Thank you, because I don't really just know that like that. You got to tell them
Produced
what they
by Nell is easier. Well, go ahead, Tobe.
Okay, cool. So this Sunday is going down. We putting our heart, blood, sweat, tears. Nell been working out. Fat. Fat been doing abs. What's up, Fat? You know what I'm saying? She going to be on stage. We going to give y'all everything. I'm going to be wearing a microphone like Justin Timberlake. It's going down. You think I'm playing, but it's going
real.
down. I promise you. We going all that little choreography. You finna see some of it live. I promise you.
Oh my gosh.
Ain't any rapper in Houston that want this choreography battle. Let's get that popping right now. Killer Calion, Slim Thug, Paul Wall, Zero, Trey. I'm calling everybody out who want the choreography battle while you rap though.
Yep.
I ain't talking about just do the choreo. While you rap.
You can't be out of breath.
Can't be out of breath. That means you got to be able to do at least a mile nonstop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna have it's gonna be a lot of beautiful people in the building, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna make history.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you for
I
having us.
appreciate the gems, man. All right, guys. See you then.